difficulties and my stream got cut off. I like stepped on the cord. I don't know what would have done with it because I do keep it charged. I try to when I do the lives. It is a little hot, the phone. Maybe that has something to do to it too. Not quite sure. Anyway, I did want to go and continue. I know that I saw Sully around there. Well, hopefully, Sully, I can catch you on here. I couldn't go and rejoin that live. Must have been that Capricorn's moon energy. The collective of Capricorn moon. Which Capricorn moon has big changes. But yes, if Sully, if you are around, hello. And I guess in the meantime, I could continue to pick up on the moon messages. I did Earth, Moon, and Fire, Moon. No, I didn't do Earth, Moon. I did water moons, and I did fire moons. And now I have Earth moons and air moons left to do. Let's see. But Sully, if you're there, just say hi. I saw your earlier message from the last stream. Well, the long stream. I'm sorry I missed you, but I'm sure we can go and connect here. So let's go on at least until I see Sully. Let's continue on with the Earth moons. But Sully, if you're around, if anybody would like to donate for a reading, oh, that would be beautiful. In the meantime, I'm going to continue with the collective messages. I hear you, pussycat. I hear you. I'm not ignoring you. They go, yes, you are ignoring us. You're talking to the phone. And I'm talking to the wall, more specifically. Okay. No way can I go and turn my head and look at him. Look, with the cat over here. Maybe. It's not like I haven't done it before. You want to come up here? I have to blow up my candle if I do that. If I have a pussycat up here. Anyway, I'm going to continue with the moon messages until somebody would like to donate for a reading. I just finished Capricorn. So if these are by moon signs, the readings that I'm doing right now. If you have a water moon or if you have a fire moon, I could say I can encourage you to check out my last video, but I didn't make it public yet. Maybe I'll do that. I think I have to go and disconnect the whole entire feed. That I'm in right now to make the moon messages, the video that I just did. And for some reason, I got kicked. I was playing around with a power cord, and then the whole thing went. Oh, but do check out if you are a fire moon or you're a water moon or you're a Capricorn moon. Check out the video that I will publish. I will make public as soon as I finish this one. Moon messages for fire moons, for water moons, and for Capricorn moon. I'm going to be continuing Earth moon. So if you're an Earth moon, if you're a Virgo moon, if you're a Taurus moon, or if you have an air moon. Quiet, little pussycat. As my Siamese complains greatly in the background. Well, you know, it wouldn't be a Mystic Moons reading unless I had cat meows and cat complaints and cat sayings in the background. That's my hallmark, noisy cat readings. It happens when you have cats. I have a menagerie here and I am overwhelmed. I am only one puny human. Anyway, let's go into moon messages. As I said before, if you'd like a reading, if you'd like a personal reading to donate, let me know. Just jump in and we can get on that. But I am going to finish the readings for the collective because this is something I've been doing now for the 3rd week of doing moon messages. Just little energy check-ins, little energy messages that I find interesting. All right, let's go on to continue Earth moons. Let's go and do Taurus moons. I hear you. Hush. Hush. I hear you. Be quiet. Now he sits. He doesn't like the fact that I have my back turned towards him. Okay, quiet, cat. All right. Let's go on to moon messages. We'll start with the Virgo moon. I have 5 of Swords, Virgo moon. There's an opportunity out there for you, Virgo moon. You could feel that, Virgo moon. Queen of Swords. 10 of, there's something very tasty for you, Virgo moon. 10 of Pentacles, by the way, is Virgo moon energy. Queen of Swords, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Okay, my message for you right now, Virgo moon, there's something in your area. There's something around you. That's a big opportunity. You just need to go and take some daring steps to grab it. I know some of the standard classic, what do you call it? Meanings with a 5 of Swords is like, you know, you win, but do you really win? Are there any winners when the price of winning is so great? Well, in this energy that I have here, yeah, the price is worth it, Virgo moon. There's something there. You definitely do have to go and employ a whole bunch of strategies and tricks here. Do not let other people know that you're doing this. You do have to be a bit crafty, Virgo moon, but is the benefit worth it? Absolutely, Virgo moon. There's a chance you should take, Virgo moon. You either know what it is right now, or when you see it, you're going to know it in an instant. And Virgo moon, you should jump on that with your full force, Virgo moon. There's opportunities there, and you definitely should capture it, because there is a clear winner here, Virgo moon. Why not make it you? Hello, Helen. Happy holidays to you too. I hope you're doing well, Helen. Happy holidays. If you're in a cold area, stay warm. If you're in a warmer area, well, I'm still sure it's still probably a little chilly, right? Or something. Stay comfortable. Nice to meet you, Helen, though. Now let's go on to Taurus. Am I with Z? I'm not quite sure who Z is. I do have a Z in my full name somewhere. But, oh, how am I doing also? Yes, I am in upstate New York. Are you in upstate New York, Helen? I am in upstate New York, and it is cold today. I've been hearing the radio say that it is 31 or 28 degrees. I don't know. I've been listening to, the weather. I always have the radio on all the time in the outer room. Where are you in upstate New York, Helen? What county? I am in the mountains. I am not in the mountains, but I am around the Catskills. Saratoga. I'm in the Catskill area. I'm probably about an hour and a half away from you. I'm in the midpoint between Albany and New York City. But the traffic is a lot less going up the area. In fact, for a while, I did commute back up to Albany. I had a job up there. And to go to Sarasota would have been, I think, like an extra 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Yes. So you guys must be even more colder up there, right? Do you have any snow up there in Saratoga? We have light dustings. I'm in the mountains, but I'm also by the base of a mountain. So I have some snow, but I know that if you go maybe 3 miles up, there's still about maybe 8 inches of snow. Oh, how much snow do you have? Oh, your daughter lives on Long Island. How is that? I haven't really followed downstate that much in terms of the cold weather. All I know is that I'm surprised each time I go or I'm working around the city. I'm surprised at how cold, even though I know it's right by, the Hudson River and right by the Atlantic Ocean, it's always so cold there too, that wind, that concrete. And I'm sure that, 10 inches. Oh, you're buried. And then I think this whole week is going to be cold, so there's no chance of it melting anytime soon. We just got snow, right, Helen? We're truly into winter now. We had the couple of weeks a little while ago of everything being, we had that abnormal heat wave that was like spring. We had 60-degree days in November. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it just, was fooling us. And now we're in winter for real. Oh, you got it in Thanksgiving Day. In the area that I'm in for Thanksgiving, as I said, about 3 miles up the road, they got hammered with snow. They probably got about 10 to 8 inches too. But down where I am, and it's just a difference of 3 mile, drive or, 3 miles distance. On the base of the mountain, I just got a crust like that, and maybe an inch, a little under an inch. But I think that's also so interesting about the mountain dynamics and the, microclimates. Is that there's a whole different reality when you go up just a little bit. But Sarasota is definitely higher elevation than where I am. I'm sending you lots of warm thoughts, Helen. Oh, it's beautiful. It really is. right on that day too, I met somebody who had hiked, and she was from the city, from New York City, and she was telling me that she went out and she hiked around Round Top. And I'm not sure if Round Top is around like the Accord area, or some people say Accord, but I say Accord. Um, or if it's around like around the Hunter Mountain area, like not quite, but I think that Round Top. Oh, Warren County. I met somebody from Warren County, and he was telling me that was like lots of farmland, and that you guys had like actual wolves. Have you seen that? Like, do you guys have? And he was saying the wolves were like a huge problem for the farmland. Do you know if you have wolves in Warren County? Coyotes. Do you think you have coy wolves in the, and you have bears, right? You have like, I think that he was also saying that you had, you didn't say moose, but I remember that he was saying wolves. I don't think it was mountain lions. So you've seen the bears. In the area that I'm in, there used to be tons of raccoons, but now for some reason the raccoons are pretty much gone. And so I'm like right between Sullivan and Dutchess. That's where I am. And the wool, not the wolves, the animals that we have no raccoons at all, strangely enough, but we have lots of bears. We have lots of raptors. So we have lots of hawks, eagles. In fact, there's an area that you can go around the Esopus River and you can see the eagles hunt. And we have lots of deer here too. Like if I go walking out into the woods or just like a little further, even in the towns, there's lots of deer. But you know what we have up here too? In this area, there's been a resurgence of bobcats. Before there was no bobcats, and now the bobcats are making a resurgence. They still don't talk about it that much, but bobcats are sighted all the time on the neighbors, like security cams and things like that. Oh, that's cool. Well, I mean, I know that snapping turtles are dangerous, but it still is a little cool that they choose your spot to like house their babies. So you've seen bobcats? I think that's very exciting, especially since the Catskills were initially called the Catskills because they were the mountain lions and the bobcats, etc., until they, killed them all. Yeah, foxes are always trying to do that. Up here we have foxes as well, but it's almost like the foxes are a little domesticated because what goes after the chickens are only the raptors typically. Like the hawks, the eagles, the falcons, they're the primary predators of the chickens, not really the foxes. And I think too, the reason why the foxes aren't that open or that prevalent is probably, oh, you know what we have too? It's probably because of the combination of the bears and the fishers. We have lots of fishers here too. And those fishers are vicious, like they eat the porcupines. I wouldn't be surprised they eat the cats. They go after dogs. I wouldn't be surprised if they go after foxes. Like fishers are some like scary things. They are. It's amazing. Like I know that people say, like for instance, like the mink farms and things like that, like minks are mean. But those fishers are really tenacious. They eat anything and they eat it just for fun. They go after killing just for fun. They don't even eat them. It's not even territory. Yeah, they're amazing. They really are amazing in their tenacity. I have to say that I do not like fishers, and this area is swarming with fishers, which I think is very unfair. I also wonder if that's why, too, the raccoons sort of have gone away, because maybe the fishers were eating all the raccoon babies or something. Who knows? But the fishers definitely are the primary apex smaller animal predator around here. It's like we have practically nothing small. We have the bears, and then we have tons of fishers, and all the other wildlife things are just pretty much hard to see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of fishers. They're too violent. Yeah, they're I mean, I'm not for uh culling animals, but the fishers are nasty creatures. They really are, and they're mean, and they purely like, I don't know, they like killing things. I don't. Then some people are there going, "Oh, the fisher." Some people are there going, they let their cats, like, we have people from the city that move up here and they're not aware of the animal dynamics. They let their cats out, they let their dogs out. Between the coyotes and the fishers, but even the coyotes aren't that many around here. We have fishers and bears primarily, and then we have raptors. Really? Yeah, the fishers are intense. For anyone who doesn't know, a fisher is definitely, if you're in a fisher area, I would not let any small or medium sized animal be outside unsupervised. But I definitely wouldn't let your cats outside anyway, because in, you know, the mountains, in the rural areas, they have too many predators. They're just prey. And I do very much dislike fishers. Somebody posted a video of a porcupine that was cornered against a tree, and it put out its quills trying to protect itself, and the fisher got it anyway. And I thought that was a nasty video for that person to film. They posted on one of the local groups around here. Hi, Sagittarius. I did actually read, or hi Sully. I did read. I did do the Sagittarius moon. I didn't publish it yet though, because I have to go and shut down this video stream. And I forgot what it was. As soon as I finish this stream, I'll go back and I'll open it. In fact, as soon as I finish this one, I will. Right now, for the moon signs, I'm on earth signs and air signs. So earth moons, specifically Virgo and Taurus moon, and then all the air moons. But I'll go and I'll publish the Sagittarius moon, the first half, which has water moons and fire moons. I'll go and publish that as soon as I'm done. It just automatically goes to private. It's like a default setting that YouTube has if you're recording from a phone, if you're doing a live from a phone. It specifically makes it private automatically until you go in and make it public. Oh, Helen, do you know what your moon sign is? I was in the middle of doing moon sign messages. So do check out your moon sign. And we can get into the finish up the moon signs. And Sully, too, if you have any questions or if you want to go and wait till later, anytime. Because I saw your message from earlier on the last live. Yeah, I fell asleep. Well, Helen, check out your moon sign. Go online to one of those natal calculators, or they even just have like find out your moon sign. You could put in your birth date, you could put in your location, I believe. That's all that you need. You don't need birth time or anything. And it will tell you your moon sign. I know, something about just catching those, sleep when you can. But no worries, Sully. And yeah, I fell asleep during that last one, which is how it got to be 5 hours, 5.5 hours. Oh, you don't know the time of your birth. Are there? I mean, when I pull, like for instance, on readings for people, I can tell like the primary energies that could come up, but I don't really see that as being specifically like a rising sign, like sign or a sun sign. I see as being like related energies. What's strong in your chart or what's strong right now. Like definitely your sun sign can pop up, your rising could pop up, your moon can pop up if it's about communication, your Mercury could pop up, right? It's like sort of what's the theme of the question. And I think that's why too it's interesting to look at the cards that come up as well as well, you only need your time to figure out when, like what your rising sign is, which your rising sign is like how you present yourself to the world or how the world sees you, which I don't know. Like in fact, I wasn't told my birth time until just recently. And for the longest time, I felt like I was a Gemini rising. And I still feel like I'm a Gemini rising, but I have a lot of Gemini in my chart. I have strong Gemini in my chart. And I still feel like, I think I'm still feel like a Gemini rising, but when I tell other people that the rising that they're going, oh, that makes sense. But I don't see it making sense. I don't know, right? It's like how other people perceive you. It's funny that way. My rising is a Taurus rising, and I don't really feel it. But everybody says that I'm really stubborn. I'm like abnormally stubborn, so maybe that's a Taurus rising. But I feel Gemini much stronger. But that's in my personal planets. Yes. So I think that's a funny thing about rising. I mean, I think you can definitely feel it. And I think like knowing that I can lean into the Taurus the Tauresian things, but still ultimately I feel Gemini energy a whole lot stronger. Ah, beautiful, Sully. Okay, so what is your question? Tell me your question, Sully. You get misunderstood, Helen? I think we all do to some extent. To some extent. And tell me your question, Sully. And thank you for the support. And thank you for the donation. In fact, I will clear the air for Sully's question. Okay, what is PR's thoughts and feelings about you? Okay, let's see. In fact, I think I'm going to switch the deck on this. I'm going to use these. All right, what is PR's thoughts and feelings about Sully? So I have 5 of Pentacles representing him. Bottom of a deck energy, however, is Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. Okay, so this is a little weird. First of all, let me go and say with his thoughts and feelings, PR's. Oh, sorry. Is that better? Is that better, Sully? Could be because they're okay. Yeah, these cards are a little bit light. I'm going to use the other ones too, but I want to use these. I do think they feel a little bit more into the remembrance thing. I had 5 of Pentacles for starting off how PR feels about you, but the bottom of the deck energy is an Ace of Wands. An Ace of Wands, a Page of Pentacles, and an 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords, 2 of Wands. What this is telling me, first of all, and this is why I said this energy is funny, Sully. So he is isolated from you right now, but let me say in the energy that I have here, he hasn't written you out. He hasn't written you out. He doesn't know how to do it yet. It's not even in his like immediate mind, but he has not written you out yet. That's first of all what I have here. Right now, he's imposing this period of separation. Yeah, but what I have here is that he hasn't really written you out completely, like not at all. Like he's putting. First of all, what I have here is that PR has put you in the freezer, right? Like he 2D thought at a certain point, not ready to deal with you now. But what I have here is definitely not out of sight, out of mind. He has further plans. He's just not. He hasn't written you out at all. He hasn't written out your connection. Okay, let's continue. So 5 of Pentacles. I have Queen of Wands. In fact, you know what though? I'm going to keep this Queen of Wands. I will clarify this Queen of Wands, but I'm going to pull one card specifically on his thoughts and one card specifically on his feelings, and we'll go from there too. Because I'm curious now. I was just going to put 3, but I want a little bit more specific. Okay, so for PR's feelings about you. His feelings about you is a Page of Cups. I also would dare say that he sees you as the Queen of Wands. What exactly does the Queen of Wands mean? Well, Queen of Wands is strong, first of all, Sully. Strong. Also, too, Queen of Wands has expectations, right? You have to keep the Queen of Wands' attention. It's like you have to work for the Queen of Wands' affection, her attention. You have to keep up the same pace of her vitality and her vivaciousness. There's something about Queen of Wands is running at a certain sort of speed, and same thing with the King of Wands, right? Like both the fire signs, they run at a certain sort of speed and velocity. And in order to keep their interest or get their interest, you need to run at a similar type of speed. So let's go and see about, whoops, that fell out. I did his feelings. I want to do his thoughts. I'm going to pull one more card to this Page of Pentacles. Okay, so know that he's separated from you, but he's still very sweet on you, essentially, okay? Know that he's separated from you. And of course, I recall very much that, PR is currently with that Pisces. He's not dealing with you right now, but he still has really strong feelings about you. I almost wonder with this Queen of Wands, does he feel like the expectations that he has to meet what you need or what you desire, what he feels you need and desire is a bit overwhelming. Also to a bit like almost, I'm not going to say the word alpha because I think that's wrong, but strong. So that's what I see right here. Yeah, let's just go and focus on Sully's reading, just so that I don't have any distractions, okay? So, Sully, I'm going to go and do this Queen of Wands first. And I'm going to actually just make things silent for a little bit. Sully, so what I have here is, and I'm just asking too for the other people that are on here, let me go and focus on Sully's reading, okay? And you can put your comments or whatever on there, but let's go and just respect the space that we have here and for the work that we're doing in this reading. Sully, with the Queen of Wands, let's go and clarify her. I have 5 of Wands. I'm also going to pull 2 more cards from here. Yeah, another 5 here. Queen of Wands is clarified by a 5 of Wands, 2 of Cups, Star. The energy I have here, just calling it out, I have Leo, Queen of Wands is Aries. Well, I consider her Aries, even though the lion's here. I relate her to Aries. But we have Leo, we have Cancer, we have Aquarius, Cancer and Aquarius here, Aquarian energies. But more importantly, what I have here as her being clarified by these cards. Well, I see him knowing that there are certain things that you never settled on, and he knows that. Like, he knows the expectations of what he has to do to come presented correctly to you. As I said, Queen of Wands is very strong, right? Queen of Wands has the expectations. In order to keep a Queen of Wands, you need to rise to those expectations. It's a different sort of energy. I think both Queen of Swords and Queen of Wands have a very definite sort of requirements they need in order to have their heart space open, as opposed to a Queen of Pentacles or a Queen of Cups. Those are very receptive, right? I mean, they could be affectionate towards a dirtbag, right? I mean, and I say this as no offense. I'm not talking about signs or anything like that. I'm talking about the emotional states, right? The emotional state of being in romantic energy. There's no logic in romantic energy theoretically, right? You're still just open. And the Queen of Pentacles is committed energy, right? You are committed. You want to nurture. You want to grow, and it doesn't really, again, logic, circumstances doesn't really play in that. They just want to go and sit down and grow that energy. Queen of Wands and Queen of Swords to me are different, because, as I said, for them to have their heart space open, there are requirements to it. There's procedure to it. They just aren't open just because. And also, too, there's something about these queens as well that in order for you to get their attention, you have to come a certain way. Well, of course, the Five of Wands speaks to conflict, but I feel like also it's just all the things that would have to be straightened out in the relationship with the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands has expectations. Queen of Wands is just not going to accept someone showing up on her doorstep and say, like, oh, yeah, you're here. That's wonderful. That's beautiful, right? Like, let's say, as opposed to like being a purely receptive energy with no conditions, like a Queen of Cups or like a Queen of Pentacles. So there's a difference there in the receptivity and the openness. In order for a Queen of Wands to feel comfortable, there's conditions that have to be met. And if those conditions aren't being met, then, she's not going to have that heart space open. But this is how he sees you. Two of Cups and Star. Also under that Queen of Cups. Queen of Wands. So first of all, right, he's estranged from you. With that Ace of Wands, bottom of the deck energy, he hasn't written you out. With the cards that I have here, he has not written you out. But now you're in a hope, right? You're in a wish. Are you idealized yet also too in his mind? I don't know. We have to go and take a further peek. Because this is you, I'm going to clarify this Two of Cups and the Star. Let's take a peek at those. I'm not going to touch the Five of Wands because there's really no need for that. And also two, thoughts and feelings. Two of thoughts and feelings are literally Two of Cups and the Star. Thoughts and hopes, feelings and hopes is what I have here under a Queen of Wands. Two of Cups gets the Ace of Swords, Justice. That's interesting energy. Two of Cups is clarified by Ace of Swords, Justice, and Queen of Swords. He definitely feels that he has to go and present himself as a certain sort of way to go and contact you. Also, too, is he ready to do that yet? There are some changes he himself has to make. He feels in order to approach you, but I also, again, he has not written you out. It's like, too, he knows that in order to contact you or to try and get back with you, there's like some very simple solution. There's a simple solution to what he has to say to make that happen. He's very aware of that. And he's not ruling it out as well in that energy. He just doesn't feel like doing it yet. He's seeing his other options that he has to do yet. I'm going to check out this Queen of Swords. There's something very specific that he would have to address, and he knows that. He knows what those words are, what those actions are. I have strong Libra energy here too. Let me just call that out. Ace of Swords is Libra, Justice is Libra, Queen of Swords is Libra, Three of Swords is Libra. All this is Libra energy. But under this energy, he knows exactly what it is he has to do. So Queen of Swords gets Three of Swords, of Nine of Cups, and the Tower. He knows what he has to say and what he has to do in order to present the chance of getting back together with you, and he has not at all ruled it out. He just is not into doing it yet. I'd also say in this energy too, it's not such a big deal to him. It's a big deal to you, and he knows it. By the way, of course, the Tower is Scorpio energy. In fact, just for that reason, I'm going to throw one more card on the Tower. Six of Cups, again, Scorpio energy, and the Moon. So first of all, I'm going to say that regarding you, he does admire you. Well, first of all, what I have here is he does admire you. He's too nonchalant. He knows that you have a very specific set of standards of what you want him to do. Is he willing to do that? He knows what it is that he has to do to present himself. He also knows how to go and get back into your good graces. He believes he knows what he has to do to get back into his good graces. There are some things he has to admit, some very specific things he has to admit, say, or do, and he knows exactly what they are. And he's like toying with that, like, I don't know, a collection of Pokemon, right? Or a collection of apples, different types of apples. And you'd be there like, I'm not going to eat this apple, but I'm going to put this here, there, and there. Something very organized about this. This Queen of Swords, he is very aware of what he's done. Also, too, with Libra energy, it's like fairness, right? Libra is like the scales. What logically makes sense, and then also, too, what's fair at the end of the day, the balance of everything. He knows that in order to go and rekindle this relationship with you, he'd have to go and acknowledge the imbalance that he did in his own actions and what he gave. And that, I think also too, he knows how strongly you felt about the situation. Tower with the Moon. Like there was a lot of emotionality. It also feels like a lot of emotionality on his side that he just didn't express because we have the moon here. You know, essentially what I have here is that you did give him support. You did give him... What's something about your relationship? No, Kochi, don't jump up there. No, go down. Go down. Come on, little boy. What, you want to go over here? No, none of my cards. Come on. Oh, quiet. All right. My cat wanted to jump up. Jump up where he was not appreciated. Okay. Yeah, he appears nonchalant, Sully, but in this energy, I would say that the relationship that he had with you left a big impression on him, first of all. You left a strong impression on him. You definitely have been your own person with him. It was all about not you acquiescing to him, but it feels like in this energy too. You know, he failed to go and properly give you what you needed. You were willing to go and support him. Was he willing to support you? He knows that in order, first of all, to capture your heart space, he had to go and give in ways that you wanted as well. No, Kochi. Come on, Kochi. No, you're not going up there. Do I have to get the spray on you? That's not the spray. This is the spray. Come on, away. Okay. And then he hisses. Oh, but she hisses at him. Whatever. We'll ignore the cats. Look, Kochi, just go up here. Okay. Anyway. He gets spit up by the other cat. Oh, poor Kochi. It's not my concern, though. She just hisses. That's all she does. Yeah. He just knows that there's... With you, Sully. He hasn't written you out yet. I'm going to check out the star. Star has... Emperor. 8 of Cups. Well, this is interesting, Sully, for you, of how, just in general, how he feels about you. Emperor, 8 of... He's not... Yeah, I would say that in general, he's the type who's going to exit whenever something taxes him too much, based on that reading that I did of him before. Like he gives up to a certain degree, or he gives certain things up, but other things are just his alone. And he did feel very much like he wants things his way. In this energy that I have of you, he admires you, but also too, you're your own person. It's not about what he wants for you. It's what you want of him, what you'll accept around you. Also, Julie, you know, as I said before, queen of the queens, you know, the earth and water queens are just receptive regardless, usually, right? They're already in that committed energy. Their heart is already extending those tendrils, even if the person is good, even if the person is bad, the person still, and even the logical mind says, I should avoid this person. These earth and water queens still have that openness. These queens doesn't mean they don't feel, but they're not going to allow themselves to be engaging, openly receptive, openly available to those that aren't worth it. Okay. And what I have here under star for him of how he also feels about you in general: Emperor, Eight of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. You know, he's not writing out at all the possibility of reconnecting with you in the future and reconnecting with you in committed energy. He feels like there is some things that he himself has to work on, has to do. Could also be I'm not going to clarify this because I have the other cards I'm going to look into. But with his Eight of Cups too, it could be the fact that he's out there obviously seeing what else he could go and get, but know that he's seeing you right now still. He is still seeing you as a very impressive person, and also as someone who he would like to come back to. Eight of Cups is walking away, but we could take a look in that. Eight of Cups is a couple of things. First of all, keep in mind, Eight of Cups is Piscean energy. So Pisces energy is like the card of dreamers. Also, too, Pisces the energy goes in one way, the energy goes in another way. I mean, that's the reason how I think Pisces in general, they're able to like manifest and create things, because they're able to pick things that are intangible and make it tangible. There's this Oberus, there is this wheel of life that in general is going on in Pisces energy, Piscean energy. So with the Eight of Cups is not purely walking away. Eight of Cups is not a pure, just like Five of Pentacles is not a pure end. It's a long pause, but it's not a pure end. And also, too, keep in mind, all this is under the star. The star is the card of hopes. It's like in this energy going off to discover himself, but at the same point, in terms of commitment, quiet little pussycat. Here, I'll go and throw some cards in the Eight of Cups. Find out exactly what the Eight of Cups is. Now, in general, I'm going to say that with what I find with Eight of Cups is definitely leaving. But is it a permanent leaving? And Eight of Cups to me typically is one big U-turn. Person goes out, sees what else is available, person comes back. Eight of Cups isn't exactly, it's walking away, it isn't shutting the door. They know what's here. They're going out to see what else is out there, but does that mean they've written this off? No. Just as easily as they've walked away, they can walk back. That's also Eight of Cups energy, right? Again, think about it. Piscean energy as well, with the meaning of Eight of Cups. You swim one way, you swim the opposite way. It doesn't have to make sense, right? So keep in mind those nuances of what's here. Now, with this Eight of Cups, I did clarify this for you. I have Empress, Four of Wands, Eight of Wands. So what I have here is this Eight of Cups is him searching for that ideal partner. Searching for that ideal partner that he can go and settle down with and create a family. He also would like to do that as soon as possible, or putting a lot of effort into that. This is this Eight of Cups under Emperor too, no less, right? I mean, not under, next to Emperor. This Eight of Cups was next to Emperor. Under the star, keep in mind too, all this is under the star, and all of this also too is clarifying you as the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is an impressive woman. Queen of Wands, though, is not in committed energy. Queen of Wands, you have to go and match her velocity, her vivaciousness to become her partner, okay? Just like you just don't sit there and she gets attached to you like or arrive in front of her face and she gets attached to you like a Queen of Cups. But this is you. And it's under the star. It wouldn't be under the star otherwise. This is not specifically to one person with this Eight of Cups. I'm not feeling as one specific person because this is a journey. This is the journey, right? Yeah, all this is under, so we'll just keep in mind, all this is under the Queen of Wands. And Queen of Wands was clarified by 3 cards. The third card she was clarified by was the Star card. So his wishes about you. His wishes about you, I would say that's why this Eight of Cups is not written off entirely. No. This Eight of Cups to me is also speaking of the U-turn, a possible U-turn. Not saying it will be a U-turn. We're looking into his energy, right? His energy right now is that he is Eight of Cups. He is in the search for the ideal partner, someone to commit to. It's ironic that he's in that energy too, with Pisces being there, because he has you as a hope. Of course, you don't realize your hopes, right? That's one of the reasons with a Star card. I think the Star card is a little, it's interesting energy, but it's also, it could be superficial energy, right? It's like the reflection that you see on the water. It's there to some degree, but can you actually work with it? Can you actually touch it? But right now, it's a hope. It's an aspiration. And with this Eight of Cups is not purely walking away. This Eight of Cups is not even you, it's not even her. It's his ideal of looking for that ideal partner. He's looking for who he considers to be his ideal match. Well, I don't know, Sully, and I say that too from all the readings I've done, both personal and collective, of different types of energy around love. And also, too, some people that I've met in person, those people that were separated for a while and then they end up getting married. There are lots of stories like that. There's also lots of energy like that. I'm not quite sure myself how that works out, like personally, but I know I've seen it both in real life and I've also seen it in the cards I've pulled. I have seen people get back together and make that final commitment after being married. Not something I would appreciate personally. I don't know how that happens or what goes on in the mechanics, but I do know that Eight of Cups coming back and people actually, or Eight of Cups energy situations, and people actually making that commitment does happen. I don't know exactly, as I said, the logistics behind it. And I know that I myself would not want that. Yes, that's what I have here. He's made you an option for later. But you're definitely not written out. I'm going to check out for his thoughts and feelings, Sully. Let's go and take a quick look into Page of Cups for how he feels. And we're going to take out for his thoughts of what I have here. Oh, no worries, Sully, no worries. If you have anything to say, go right ahead. But yeah, what I have here essentially under Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, he sees you as vivacious. He also sees you, I'm not going to say as troublesome, he sees you as strong. As I said, you're not going to necessarily be giving out your heart space to like a rock, right? You're not going to be in committed energy that as long as he shows up, no matter what state he shows up, as long as he shows up, you're going to be in that vibrating, warm, caring energy towards him. Not in Queen of Wands, and he knows that. But he sees you as a very strong woman. I'm not going to say independent because I think that word's been overplayed. And I'm not really getting independent here. I'm getting strong with conditions. And he knows exactly what he has to say to make things right. He's not opposed to saying those things. He's out seeing what else he can go and get. He does see you as someone who he can commit to. And he sees you as a hope that he would like to. Yeah, and that's why I think I have this as Queen of Wands, that he sees you as, and not like a Queen of Cups or a Queen of Pentacles. And I said, just think about it in terms of, again, those queens, nothing to do with sign, those queens are going to be receptive and warm and loving and supportive and nurturing, even regardless if the person is a super person or regardless if that person is a rock. Right? It's a heart space. They're already in that mode of caring and providing and loving and being open. And even though logic tells them they shouldn't, they still are there going, you know, um, what do they say in those comics? Like the Japanese ones, Doki Doki, right? But a Queen of Swords and a Queen of Wands, they have conditions. They're not just going to go and open up their heart space just like that. You're not going to get into their space as well just like that. All right. Okay. Now for Page of Cups. Page of Cups gets a Seven of Wands. This is his feelings. I'm going to pull two more cards. Seven of Wands gets a Star again, and the Lovers. Okay, there's like lots of complicated history here. This is how he feels about you, Sully. He feels like, number one, he can restart again. There's some defensiveness here. It could be you said he was doing wrong. And this energy and that Five of Wands, again, it's something, he knows he has to admit. And not only that, he has to put in concrete change. If he doesn't put in concrete change, nothing's going to happen. So how much does he want to go and like put on, actually adult into a responsible, mature person? How much does he want to go and actually rise up to meet the expectations of what's there? Of course, I have here as well, it's like love with conditions, right? You have your boundaries, and your boundaries will not be crossed again. You have your set of conditions in order for that love. But gee, Star and the Lovers I got here on his feelings. I'm going to go and clarify the Star and the Lovers. I guess I will pull a card, Two and Seven of Wands. Yeah, I mean, you see the cards here. And that Five of Pentacles, it's like he's there. Well, the Ace of Wands, remember that when I start off the reading, the Ace of Wands here, he can literally restart whatever is that energy. He's out there seeing what else is there. You've made a strong impression on him. He is still hung up on you. He does think he can come back, whatever, because he, as I said, he knows what he has to say and he knows what he has to do. And he thinks that as long as he says that, then he's back. But I'm going to take a look at this Seven of Wands just because, and let's take a look at the Lovers and the Star. So Seven of Wands, I have Two of Pentacles. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to just tweak this meanings that I'm getting here. His feelings is that he can definitely restart again. He just has to be firm with getting into your face and showing you his commitment to both engage with you and offer. It's almost like changing. Like he's sprouted a new him. He just has to show some he just has to show a convincing stance of, this is who I am now. I'm ready to engage with you, ready to make that commitment. Also, too, you were there saying before there was the issue of like he did wrong and the standards that you wanted. Well, the Page of Pentacles ultimately, excuse me, not Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles ultimately is like building up commitment, right? It's like not just opening up your heart space, just not a new opportunity, just not going and acting or exploring a new thought. This is actually like setting down roots and, again, being in that committed energy, forming a partnership, putting out that energy for that. Proving that he is mature or stable enough to put that up. Okay, now for the Star, I have Knight of Swords, Queen of Cups. He may not be dealing with you, but he is very much thinking about you. I did say with that other one, as he's dealing with her, he's not fully committed with her. He still has that wandering eye, that Pisces from the reading I did before. You are definitely in his mind and quite strongly. The thing is with you, too, he knows exactly what he has to do for that Star. By the way, just calling it more energy. I have strong Capricorn right here. This is Aquarius. Star clarified by the Knight of Swords, Queen of Cups. Not only does he think he can come back to you right now at any point, he also thinks that he can go and either in this energy make up for lost time or I don't know, get back to a level of closeness, a level of trust, a level of affection. He thinks that he can get back into your heart space and that you will trust him. You will be open to him. You will support him. You will be receptive to him. All he has to say is say the right words, convey his feelings of what he wants here. And then finally, under Page of Cups, I have the Lovers, Queen of Swords, and Ace of Wands. Again, under the Page of Cups. Yeah, he definitely knows there's expectations that are there, but as long as he meets them, he knows what they are. He feels he can have a fresh chance with you all over again. You're not written out at all. That's his feelings about you. His feelings are that he's still very much tied up in you. He just knows that there's a little bit of effort that he has to put in order to make that, in order to enact that. But as of right now, he's confident of that. And he does. I said before that he thinks very highly of you. He still does think very highly of you. You are also now sort of in that idealized range or, mold of his. He is seeing you as someone he feels very strongly about. So, too, like in this energy right now, his feelings, I'm not saying intentions, this is feelings. His feelings are genuine here. Let's go and check out his thoughts, though, right? Because people can go and block out their feelings they can block out their feelings. And they can go on what makes the greatest sense, right? Maybe they don't want to be with someone who strikes them this hard, this much. The feelings are genuine, though, Sully, that he does think that you are an impressive woman. The feelings are genuine that he really does find you special. He does find you very special. He finds you also, too, let me go and say, and overall, the cards that I pulled so far, very unique. And there is love here. There is love that he knows that he made you in cold energy, but this is the ironic part once more. He knows he made you in cold energy and he feels like he can warm you right up again with that Ace of Wands. Okay, his feelings are genuine here. Well, he believes that in this connection, and it is a connection of love, he does see you as very special and unique in this energy too. Just overall, it's irreplaceable, right? You're not someone who can be replaced. But he also thinks as well, while he has you in cold energy, he can warm you up again. He can warm up the relationship of love again. So let's go and check out his thoughts. Been on and off for a while. Well, the question is right now, as I said, he sees you as a very strong and vivacious woman, but in order to go and get you, he's going to have to say very specific things and some actions which he knows, and he doesn't have a problem necessarily with that. He's just out seeing what else he can go and get. And know with Pisces as well, as I said, with Pisces, that's not a stable condition. And I actually feel sorry for Pisces, the way that she's like, the ten of Pentacles energy. That's some sad Ten of Pentacles energy. That sucks. Can't believe someone would act like that. And that is one of the saddest Ten of Pentacles I've seen in a while. I think that sucks just by itself. Somebody would take a Ten of Pentacles energy and ruin it like that. So that's how I feel about the Pisces. I didn't even remember what was in that Ten of Pentacles. I just remember that for the home of legacy and foundation and, what you're building. She had such a lousy Ten of Pentacles. That's why you can't take, just like the Eight of Cups, you can't take any card necessarily as being a good card or a bad card. No card is exactly good. No card is exactly bad. Let's go and check out this Knight of Pentacles, this Page of Pentacles is how he feels about you. This fell out, so I kept it. And then I pulled how he what he thinks about you. This is both what he thinks about you. Since this fell out, I kept it. And I pulled this Knight of Cups under Five of Pentacles. So actually, I'm going to pull one more card. I'm going to read this together, right? So first of all, let me go and say with how he thinks about you. Well, what to do about a romantic connection. He still feels very warmly about you. He knows the possibilities that can be done. He's taking some time of separation to think about it. Because it's like in this energy too, he knows the direction of, or he feels he knows the direction that this can go into, can develop, can further develop. He pulled back, but he hasn't written you out. He's still thinking about you quite intensely. Let me also say too, with this Page energy, if I didn't say it before, in his thought, in his feelings and in his thoughts, in this energy that I have here for his feelings and thoughts, well, this is all like restarting, right? Rekindling. putting the fresh little sprouts of the relationship again with, I don't know, some sunlight and water. Okay, let's go and check out thoughts. So thoughts. High Priestess. I'm gonna have to clarify that. Because first of all, with thoughts coming up as High Priestess, sometimes I get High Priestess because that person just doesn't want to be known what their thoughts are. It could also be you and Mysterious Energy if we were going with classical descriptions, but there could also be a block. Intentional block. Well, essentially, what you should know, Sully, is that PR definitely hasn't written you out. He's not paying attention to you. He put you in the freezer. But his thoughts, his feelings are that he definitely loves you. He does feel that. He does feel like he can warm you up again with his thoughts under what to do about a love connection, how to progress with a love connection, how to bring that forward. High Priestess here with, of all things, a King of Wands. So we have like a match, right? I remember that one of the questions that you asked about the other one or in general was like, did he want a doormat? I didn't get quite doormat or like, whatever it was, submissive. Not to call submissive a doormat, but you get the idea, right? And I wasn't quite getting submissive, but I felt like there were some things about him that he wanted to be absolute in his way. And in this energy, it's like you're his match. He likes that, and he both is kind of maybe not liking the equality that something like this would deserve. A relationship like this would deserve a relationship of equals, a true partnership, a woman with just as much power, just as much force. A woman also too who shines as much as he does. Maybe you shine more, right? There could be all those sorts of inferences as well. Who gets the most attention? Who is doing the best in their like overall life goals? Who has the most energy, right? Like we all have like certain frequencies that we operate on. There's like the high frequency people and the low frequency people, and sometimes you have low frequency days. Just what is his natural electrical vibration frequency, and what's yours? Who's stronger? There's all sorts of things going on in that with a king and queen of king and queen of wands type of energy. Remember, I said there's a velocity and matching that velocity. Well, first of all, his thoughts. He's not sharing this with anyone, but he does think that you make a very energetic pair. And again, we have all this energy, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords, Page of Wands, that he feels like he can go and light up the party once more. That's what he feels like. I'm going to pull 2 more cards. Okay, so we just rounded out all the pages here. So you said there was also blocked communication here. And of course, it's all under 5 of Pentacles. Now, I don't know how long this Five of Pentacles could continue. Five of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. You know, both those energies are like seasons, right? They're not immediate energy. They're cards that time has to build up in a certain way before it like an evolution kind of has to pass, a season has to pass. And I don't quite mean a meteorological, like a season within the year, like some sort of, like whatever that season could be to you or him. Right? There's some growth here, some, you know, counting in human years, cat years, butterfly years, whatever they may be when I say season. Ultimately, I already told you how he thinks, how he feels about you. How he thinks about you is also too that he can reconnect this relationship at really any moment. And it's interesting too. We got Ace of Swords. We got Page of Wands. We got Ace of Wands. We got Page of Swords. You know, with some clear, direct actions and communication, he feels like he can jumpstart your communication again, your relationship again, and he's keeping that quiet. I'm not even going to bother clarifying these two because I just see the Page of Swords as just being forceful communication. I have tons of communication here too. With, as I said, we have all four, wherever that went. Establishing messaging here. Essentially, at some point, Sully, he is going to, I don't know how long this Five of Pentacles, you know, will remain, but he definitely is going to reach to you again. And, you know, let me say too, with this Page of Swords, Ace of Wands coming up here, I wonder if that initial communication that he puts out towards you, well, he's going to say something to grab your attention. Let me say it that way. Yeah, this is arrogant. And I'm going to say too that with this final message that I'm getting here, I feel like how he'll reconnect with you, or he's going to try and get your attention, right? We also got that before, some forceful energy. Like he feels like if he puts enough force through, he can go and, you know, re-engage with you. There was that sort of energy that was also through the one of his feelings, right? The feelings that he had was that if he did that Seven of Wands energy and push through, force through, he could go and, you know, reignite the relationship. And what I'm getting here in this energy, something I want to share, I feel like also too, he will contact again. But I feel like when he's going to contact again, I don't think he is essentially, there's going to be some sort of friction or rough handling to it. He's going to say something to get your attention. So I don't know quite what his style is, his personal style, but it doesn't really feel like he's going to be there putting out necessarily like an Ace of Cups and sending you flowers type of thing. But it feels like in what he would say would be something that would be a little shocking and something that is rough around the edges. I don't want to say not flattering, but there's something here that is, right, a Page of Swords is confrontational energy. Right? A Page of Swords doesn't back down. A Page of Swords is not a diplomat. Yeah, he could propose to you, you know, doing some sort of act out of nowhere, like after X amount of time of not hearing him. He could propose, like make an outlandish proposal, and he could be trying to use that as a chance to reignite your relationship again. And, you know, I do see him seeing you again as someone who he could, I mean, even this Ace of, excuse me, this High Priestess being Knight of Wands, Ace of Swords, and then we got that Page of Wands. He's seeing you as a pair, but I feel like he is going to contact you again. And initially, when he contacts you again, I don't think he's not going to say the things that he needs to say under that Queen of Wands. Maybe he'll say it later, but I feel like just to get your attention, and also too, it feels like just to get under your skin, he's going to say something that's like not appreciated. It's going to, especially coming out of left field, which could be intimacy. It definitely is going to be something that you're going to not like, but he's also going to know that. He's going to say this just to grab your attention, just to also elicit a response from you. So think about that too. When he responds, it's not like he doesn't know the words that he needs to say or should say, because he knows quite well. He is going to say something. It's not like he's not incapable of saying it either in the energy that I have right here. It's not like that's off the table for him. But what I have here, that I think when he initially contacts you, it's all going to be about ensuring he gets a response from you. He gets a reaction and a response, and he doesn't really care how rough or brisk or outlandish, how confrontational that is. So keep that in mind. That's the message that I have here too. That's what I see, Sully, for how his thoughts and feelings are about you. Well, he generally does think you are a strong woman. He genuinely does admire you. He genuinely does think, I'm probably not saying that word right, genuinely, oh, whatever. Yes, no worries. Thank you. He does think you are very special. He does have love for you, but I feel like as well, his expression of love, he knows it as well. His expression of love is lacking. He knows that. Which I think is why he's also looking for someone who is easier, pliable, or more pliable. But he has not written you out, but I do think he is going to contact you again, and he's going to like not say the things at all. He's not going to come to you like an adult. You know what I mean by an adult, right? He's not going to come to you as a mature person, as a responsible person, as like a person that you can go and say, oh, like I actually see change. No, I feel he's going to say something to ensure that he gets a response. And he knows he's going to push buttons. But you're welcome, Sully. Thank you very much. Yes. No, thank you for having me pull cards for you. I appreciate it. That's what I have for him. And that's his energy. When you have another question, feel free to come by and we'll take a look at the energy of it and see what answers we can get. I am going to go and get something to drink. I'll be back in a little bit. Do I think his energy was better? You know what I say? I said that with him, I felt like his attitude was gratitude towards the Pisces, and I feel like his energy towards you is like a dream. You literally came up as a star so many times in his energy. And I feel like right now, like, remember I said before too, like he has an idealized view of what he wants and who he wants. And you definitely have a lot of those idealized qualities. I also wonder too in his energy, does he really like he likes the best. And there is something about you that typifies or personifies that best. His energy towards the Pisces was better. The energy towards the Pisces was really controlling. It was very molding. Remember, he got the devil. Um, the attitude of gratitude. Well, first of all, it's almost like respite. Like, you're able to sit down and catch your breath. I would almost describe the feeling of gratitude as if you've been up all night and you finally could put your head on a soft pillow, or if you've been running and you could sit on the bench and catch your breath in a comfortable spot. If you were hungry or thirsty and you drink something, it's that sort of like immediate um, relaxation that you can tap into with the gratitude that I got from him. She's offering him a chance to chill in some way. That's what I got from that. That's why I say when gratitude is not like, for instance, you could be grateful that you come into the heat. If you're up north, you could turn on the heat to a certain sort of temperature. I mean, it's being thankful, but there is right and of course we go into gratitude. There's various different types of gratitude, right? There's being grateful just for things being as they are, but there's also being grateful for very specific tangible things. For now, that's the thing about the gratitude, because how sated is one person towards achieving a, a success, a gain? It depends on the person, right? Some people, all they just need is one thing, and maybe all they need is one thing. They're satisfied, and that's it. That's their level. One person could really, really want something. They finally go and get, for instance, like that, put their head down on the soft pillow. But as soon as and this is the thing about the gratitude, right? It depends on the person. As soon as and this is why I said with his attitude of gratitude, he puts his head down on that soft pillow, he gets a good night's sleep, and then he wakes up refreshed, so he could put his head down on the pillow again and go and get another good night's sleep and get refreshed. Well, eventually he's going to feel really refreshed, and he's going to want something more than just his immediate needs taken care of. That's the thing that I have here. Immediate needs. It's not peace, right? What is peace to someone? And remember, too, he's a king. When we got him on that reading that we just did, you got the King of Wands. He was also the devil. Is he the type to level off and say, all I need is a comfortable place to put my head down and a warm place and some tasty food? Some people, that's all they need, right? Just the basics. Some people don't have the basics, so they are going after the basics. But as soon as they have that, does it actually fulfill the fire within them of what they want to do? Like, okay, now the basics are taken care of. Let me do some real work. Let me make some real gains. So that's why I say I don't think the attitude of him towards gratitude is better, and it feels like he's just using her as a chance to regroup himself. And if regrouping himself would include marriage, perhaps that marriage would be something like, I'm not saying he will, right? I'm just going along with the conversation. But if that's something that he would feel, I mean, I don't know, I'm just using this as an example. I guess what I'm trying to say is no matter what he's doing right now or what he jumps into right now, I don't see it lasting, because he's still, right? He's still in that journey. He's still looking. He still has that ideal he's trying to mold, and he's working through what he knows about it to mold. And I guess also too, let me say, since he knew that other one, he came back to her, that friend who's now, his person. There's no such thing as him writing anything off that he's accrued. We already saw that in your energy. You rank quite high up in the books. However, she is pliable. And we also saw from her energy, not only is she pliable, she's got bills to pay. I feel Pisces is happy with putting her head down on the comfy pillow and whatever. She just wants to really, like, her goal is just getting some legalese in with the connection so that she has a nest egg. Ah. Yeah, I have to say that for Scorpio, I've been getting probably, when did it start? I always want to say over since the summer for Scorpio, I was getting these really odd readings about Scorpio coming into lots of family. Yeah. And that is like, I agree. That's a general collective trend that's going through Scorpio is Scorpio getting family, getting just that like one family, but like, a pile of people. Like even if they marry someone who's single, maybe they have like a billion relatives or something. But as I said, with his energy specifically, I feel like just because he gets into something, I feel like he can get out of it just as quickly. Yeah, Scorpio definitely has like marriage in their, in their energy. Pisces, I'm going to say for the readings that I do on Pisces, Pisces is a little differently because I feel with Pisces, some of it is relationship, and I feel with Pisces, some of it is just like relating to work. Like Pisces has work to do. So those are sort of the two sorts of messages that I get with the general readings on those two collectives. But I would say that I wouldn't necessarily say that his energy towards the Pisces is better. I feel like his energy towards the Pisces is just like a respite, and I feel like he can jump into something with the Pisces, but just as quickly as he's jumping into something, he can jump out of it. He's kind of fickle that way, or prickly that way, however you want to go and phrase those two words. But and it's also kind of odd too that would be the energy for both Scorpio and Pisces, because they say that, well, anyway, I was about to say like other signs are like set to have big changes, but with Scorpio specifically, I do see that with Scorpio. Yeah, he fickle energy comes in very strongly with him. But also too, not only is his energy fickle, but his energy also collects. So that's why you're not he's very his energy is very active towards you. Even if he's blocked you, his energy is very active towards you, and he does feel like he can reconnect to that at any point in time. And I also said too with the Pisces, when you said like is her energy better, it's like on her he's enjoying the moment, but it's all evaluation, and Pisces knows that. It's sad too. It's sad that somebody would get into a relationship like that, would put up with a relationship like that, knowing that she has to prove like herself to supposedly her life partner, the person that she wants to have a life partner, right? That's sad. But yeah, that's what she chose. That's what she consciously is going after, and that's what she decided. But overall, as a bystander getting that energy, that's sad to do to your life partner, right? Like it's one thing if it was your coworker or your neighbor or even some not your close friend, but someone who you knew. But I think with your life partner to go and someone who you're hoping to be your life partner, that's sad. That tells me that that's not really your life partner, if you ask me. Your life partner doesn't do that for you. That's not your person, essentially. But anyway, she wants to rush into it because she has finances. He's open to it because he just wants the thrill of distraction. Also, too, to feel like he can accomplish or that he's like moving on or evolving in some way. There's some sort of energy like that, too, with him. But what I have here is he will definitely contact you again. Ah. Well, I do get the fact that they can marry, but I don't know on his end how serious. On her, I get it's serious because she has finances involved. She sees him as someone, she definitely wants to tie him down. Right. I mean, I feel like with her, she definitely wants to tie him down into marriage. She wants to get her name on her property. She wants shared assets. She does feel very strongly about him in general, right? That's beside the point. She's also going ka-ching about him. And of course, she would do ka-ching, right? You told me that she has a kid. She's just not responsible for her own well being. She's responsible for a well being of her child. So she's going to make choices that benefit her household. Pisces is very calculating that way. And with him, I get that he can definitely go and marry her, but I also get, I don't really get seriousness. I get that he's evaluating her. I don't get like true commitment. And he wouldn't have that trial energy too. He still has a wandering eye. Right. And as I said, if he rushes into marriage, I mean, he could rush into marriage, he could not rush into marriage. I feel like if he does rush into marriage, he's going to rush into marriage only because he wants to prove to himself that he's like changed or evolved in some way. It's not even so much the act of marrying her. It's like the milestones, right? Like you graduated high school, or you, excuse me, let me go back. You can ride your bike without training wheels. Maybe for some people, the milestone is like having your first drink or your first cigarette. Another milestone could be like graduating college. Another milestone could be your first job. I feel like for him and getting married, right. I feel like for him, for getting married, it's more than her. It's a milestone that he'd want to say that he achieved. More than him actually feeling this is my life partner, this is my person, this is who I love. It's more about, ticking off those milestones at such and such an age and such a time of my life. And maybe I've been told like I'm too like this and that, and I've got these criticisms. Well, I'm gonna prove them wrong. Prove my own evolution. I'm moving on with my life. I'm gonna go and do that milestone of marriage. So that I feel like too, if he does get married, it's married in that energy. Not because of love, because it's simply the right time to do so to prove that he's like matured as blah blah individual. But either way, if they do marry, if they don't marry, it doesn't really matter because, yeah, I don't think it'll last. Hello, love. I am taking questions. If you would like to donate, I would be more than happy to pull for you. But Lorna, I mean not Lorna, Sully, that's what I see with him. And with the image that he portrays is just literally that. It's the image. And he definitely will contact you again. He will contact you again, and he'll contact you, as I said, in a way to get your attention, a way to elicit a response. You're welcome. Okay, love. So I'll be 1 second. Okay, love, I'll go and look. The donations are 20, but let me go and look. So I did. Sure, not at all. One moment. Let me know if it went through. Let me know if it went through. You should have that refund back. But yes, the donations start at 20, but I do give you quite a nice reading, as you can see from some of my examples. No worries, no worries. And if you're back Friday, I'd be more than happy to pull for you. No, no worries at all. I did refund you, so you should have that right back. Well, if anybody wants a reading, you can let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to close down this stream until the evening.